This is TWiT.
Apparently, the Department of Justice subpoenaed Apple and, was it Google also? Microsoft for information about Democrats.
Well, not just
Please
Democrats.
don't say they were using
we
Hotmail
found out
accounts.
today.
Please don't.
Who else?
Don McGahn.
Oh, Don McGahn.
Yeah, the White House counsel under Trump was also surveilled by Trump's Justice
And his
Department.
wife.
And his wife.
And his wife.
And the gag order just expired in Apple and notified them.
May 5th, yeah. And so Apple said, we couldn't tell you then because that's how the law works in the United States. There's a gag order. A federal judge said you cannot disclose the subpoena. I guess that makes sense. You don't want to tell the bad guys that they're being observed. Apple said we complied, but once that gag order expired May 5th, they told everybody, including Don McGahn, Eric Swalwell of California, on House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff, and others on the Intelligence Committee, ostensibly looking. It was a federal grand jury that issued the subpoena, looking for leaks. Although I don't know why you would surveil the president's counsel.
Because they thought he was the leaker.
Yeah, maybe.
Would be my guess.
Yeah, and he might have been.
Yeah.
Apple said we regularly challenge warrants, subpoenas, and non-disclosure orders and have made it our policy to inform affected customers of governmental requests about them just as soon as possible. In this case, there was a non-disclosure order signed by a federal magistrate, provided no information on the information of the investigation, and it would have been virtually impossible for Apple to understand the intent of the desired information without digging through users' accounts. Consistent with the request, Apple limited the information it provided to account subscriber information and did not provide content such as emails or pictures. So it's metadata. But we do know that metadata can be very useful in this. Who's talking to who when? You know, you could put together a lot. It believes other tech companies received similar orders. Microsoft told CNBC that they had received a similar subpoena from the DOJ in 2017. The DOJ's watchdog is currently investigating the probe to see whether it was politically motivated, which might have been, might not. Might not. But anyway, this is going to happen all the time. Apple has to obey the laws of the land it's in, including, by the way, China.
Yep. Sure. It sits weird to me. I understand Apple has to do what it has to do with subpoenas, and they disclose them when they can. At the same time that you're doing the privacy is a fundamental human right.
It's a little contradictory.
It's a little contradictory. I feel that they need to put an asterisk in there somehow, or some sort of caveats.
Residents of Russia, China, and Belarus
or
not
work
included.
towards zero knowledge.
It feels like it's something that Apple has to address in a serious way if they're going to make privacy part of their big push.
Well, maybe Apple says, you know, we believe in privacy to the extent that federal laws allow.
I think the challenge is, and you saw this in the San Bernardino shooting, right? Is like Apple
they did a good job fighting it, right?
Engineer. They could try to engineer more and more of their product to be unreachable by subpoena, but they also know the further they go down that path, the more they risk laws being passed that demand that they not engineer their products to be that level of security. So that's part of the challenge here. But it's true. We value your privacy, but if a judge doesn't, then there's your asterisk is in there somewhere.